facing a farm crisis in the farm economy. And I was just wondering what you would do as governor to convey the reality of an existing and upcoming farm crisis to the current administration, and how you would also convey the importance of keeping federal subsidies for the crop insurance program.
And you're exactly right. We are facing that. I mean, I can tell you that because I see it on my wife's ranch. I see it especially at our farm and our neighbors. The drought is hard. And on our place, we didn't just get drought, we got hail. You asked me, you know, what I would do in being a strong voice. I mean, you've seen, I say what I mean and mean what I say as your Attorney General. I'm not bashful. I mean, I was your first ever Attorney General to become chairman of the nation's Attorney Generals, and we led strong enough to become the Attorney General of the Year. When I agree with Washington, I embrace it. I use an example. When Eric Holder and Obama came out and said Narcan is a drug that can save lives, I said, you know what, you're right. And I brought a bill in South Dakota, and your first responders now have Narcan, so if they come across an overdose, or if accidentally one of the officers brushes their sleeve and has fentanyl and goes down, Narcan is available right there to save that officer. But when they don't do it right, and they're not doing it right on the Farm Bill, they're talking about things they're not doing. And by they're not doing, our farmers are out there struggling. And when they're not doing, I have been a strong voice. I will continue to be that strong voice as Attorney General, whether it's Obamacare, whether it's with respect to certain other things that they're doing, Backpage.com. I mean, as they run around and told you all they solved human trafficking, 50 Attorney Generals, that's every one of us. The first time 49 of us said, we actually want one thing from you. You gave immunity to Backpage.com to advertise the sale of young children, and we can't prosecute that. So we don't want your task forces and your press releases. We want action. And they didn't give it to us, so we signed another letter and says, you must not have understood us. Human trafficking is happening. I just showed you a chart with 56 arrests and operations, and I let them know that. So I will be that strong voice. If they're not doing what they need to with respect to agriculture, if the Secretary of Ag, who turkey hunts in South Dakota, isn't getting it, I'll drive out to Pat Hall or Stanley Porch's ranch and have that conversation with him about this is important. And part of that conversation goes back to, I talked about value-added ag. In addition to being that strong voice, I truly believe that we as a state need to position ourselves. We have every opportunity to position ourselves. We've had strong leadership in our legislature and with our governors to position ourselves for that research and development. We can lead the nation in that. There's no reason we don't. We have strong research parks, incubators. These are all important and further opportunities to diversify agriculture. Great question.